Manchester United 2, Leeds United 0. First game of pre-season done and dusted. 7 more, not many, 7 more. What can you say? What can you say about that? Good win, good win. That's all you can expect really that early. And I think when you start off a pre-season like that with so many different situations going on in the squad, it's kind of better for different individuals. The youngsters done really well. Who would I start with? Let's start with a new signing, because when it's about pre-season, we always want new signings in early, and we want them to start in pre-season matches so we can have a look at them. And Mason Mount got his start today, number 7, full of anticipation around here, big smile on his face. Saw him at a hotel earlier. He was buzzing. You could tell he just couldn't wait to get going, as he's been saying since he signed. And how did he play? Well, he played in a sort of a deeper role. Hannibal Mejbri was in the 10. And he played in central midfield with Kobbie Mainoo, who I thought was excellent. I'll get onto him in just a minute. But Mason Mount, some nice little touches. I think there was signs of what we're going to get from him. We're definitely going to get runs from deep. We're going to be able to get him maybe dropping off deep as well, which was nice to see him putting in passes for Ahmad and doing what he needs to do there. Had a couple of shots, had a couple of opportunities to do even better, but didn't quite make it happen. He nicked the ball off the Leeds centre back, went for the dink. Eric Cantona-esque, didn't quite get it, but he looked kind of fluent, and he looked confident. Looked like he wanted to make things happen. Also, he was on all of the set pieces. Now, obviously, there's noticeable absentees in Bruno, who will probably take a lot of set pieces. Never know, Luke Shaw as well with some of the crosses from different sides of the corner flag. But Mason Mount was on it all today, so he could have got himself a couple of goals, to be fair to him. But a bright debut. You can't ask for miracles. He's learning from his new teammates. He just wants to get going. And I saw some nice little touches from him as a number 8, and you can tell when he's going to be in that position, like with Bruno. Obviously, Hannibal did quite well today, but when Bruno comes in, you can see what Ten Hag wants to do. But what will be interesting is when Bruno does come into the team, probably for the Scotland game, or the game in Edinburgh, should I say, and more so, I think that's still going to be quite a young team in Scotland, but definitely against Arsenal and New York, to see how, as pre-season develops, how Ten Hag what team he keeps starting, what relationships he's looking like he wants to build. Because essentially you're looking at probably Casemiro playing deeper, and then you've got Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes ahead of that and out of possession. Okay, maybe they all get back, or maybe Bruno goes a little bit deeper, leaves Mason Mount as the furthest forward. We'll have to wait and see, but that's going to be interesting. Kobbie Mainoo, man, obviously won his Young Player of the Year award last year. And would have been nice to see him get some more first team minutes last year. Didn't quite happen. But it was really good to see him today. I thought he was excellent. I thought he was strong in the tackle, good awareness, could evade tackles as well, kept possession well, some forward passes, showed some good strength to make sure he didn't lose the ball. Just a good pitch awareness, just a good way of sort of saying to himself, you know what? This is my chance to impress. This is my chance to show the manager the faith that he's got in me. You know, Zidane Iqbal's left. Charlie Savage was on the bench, and the manager's gone with me in what is today the first team. And I thought he was brilliant. I really do think he was really good, and I think there's a bright future. And what we want for him this year is to have that Garnacho type season. We want him to, obviously it's more difficult in central midfield, but we want him to play some more games, maybe some of the cup games, Carabao Cup games, some of the Premier League games, maybe at home, come on for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, see the game out. It's going to be a long season. You know that Erik Ten Hag does not dish out appearances just because you're young and you're up and coming prospect. You know, Kobbie Mainoo found that out last year, you know, and he was highly tipped then. But to see him straight off the bat in pre-season, I think was really good. It does help the fact that, you know, yes, there's no McTominay, there's no Casemiro. Fred did travel. We saw him at the hotel today, looking all smiley and everything and happy, but wasn't in the matchday squad. Who else wasn't there? Casemiro, I might have said him already, can't remember, but you get my gist. It was easier for him to start today. So as tour progresses and those players come back, it might be a little bit more difficult for him to get game times. But I was really impressed with him. I liked what he did. Lisandro Martinez, man, listen, do you know what? He's been out for so long, not that I forgot he's our player, but it was just refreshing to see him back again. Do you know what I mean? It was just refreshing to see him back, get 45 minutes under his belt, you know, get a couple of sprints. I think we played against a Leeds team that just sat back off us in the first half. Couple of counter-attacking opportunities for Leeds, to be fair, where Martinez had to get back, make some interceptions, stretch a few for a couple of balls that luckily just went wide. But all in all, I think, again, it's not really about performance for him. It's about getting minutes in the tank, because he's been out for so long. So good 45 minutes under his belt. Don't know how long he's going to play in Edinburgh, if at all. Getting ready for Arsenal in, just over a week's time. So that was positive. Good for Rafa as well. Back 45 minutes. And it was interesting that he went straight with those two. So I know Bennett and Fish came on in the second half. But to go straight with Rafa and Lissandro, obviously first teamers, you get that. You're going to start the first team. But that's our starting centre-back pairing. You want them playing and getting into rhythm as early as possible into pre-season. Little 45 minutes, come out. Next game, 45 minutes, come out. 60, 70 minutes, next game, so on and so forth, and keep building up throughout the tour. So that was good. I liked what Alvaro did as well at left-back. I liked him. Me and KG were talking about it. It's quite difficult to see him kind of breaking in properly, because we bought Malacia last season, so we know that. And also, we obviously got Shaw, and you know what Luke Shaw's on, so very difficult for him. Probably going to end up going out on loan, but yeah, that's one thing where you're like, can we see a bit more of him? But he was fantastic at pressing, and it was good to see him today as well. Who else in the first team? Jadon Sancho, look, again, little bit rusty, made some good movements, some good runs, but a little bit wasteful, especially in this pre-season. You want him to be hitting the ground running. The season that he's got in store for him, and I think how big of a season it is for him, we need to see it sharp from him. But look, his first game, he got into some moments where he should have done better, should have scored, and just some little touches that weren't quite there. Ahmad on this right-hand side was bright. Some nice little touches, some good show, like a good showing of strength at times to keep onto the ball. I think he started the first half better, and then as the half kind of went on, he was on a counter-attack, kind of around the centre circle, had to clip the ball through, I think it was Sancho who wanted it, can't remember, and he kind of shanked it, just didn't quite do well with it. But some, again, much needed minutes, and again, time in the squad, time to show Erik ten Hag what he can do and feel his way into this pre-season. So some good candidates. Who else did I think played well? Sancho I touched on, Ahmad. Let's get to the second half. I think the rest of it was pretty much, routine. Tom Heaton doing what he does. Wan-Bissaka doing what he does. But the young kid, Emeram, we spoke to him. Good to see him get a goal and an assist, set up Hugo as well. And he's buzzing. That's what we want. We want young players to be taking opportunities and being ready to step in. And he was absolutely buzzing. He said he only found out he was starting today. So not even a big lot of preparation. Eric just putting it on him and saying you need to deliver. A good goal for Joe Hugo as well. He done really well. But I want to talk about Kovar and goal just really quickly. I thought that, you know what, you can't go too extra. I get that. You can't look at things over and above, but came for some crosses, intercepted, got down low to a cross that came across his box, collected one high, good with his feet. And actually, I got to big up all the youngsters, actually, because when you get a pre-season game like that, when you think the first team's playing against a lot of Leeds' second team and it's kind of 0-0, you're thinking when they change it round, the score could go anyway. But actually, there was an injection of energy, an injection of pace, because those young players got nothing to fear. With the first team where you've got Rafa trying to get himself fine, where you've got Martinez trying to make himself, fit again, they're not going to go full pelt like the young kids will. And that actually helped us. But Kovar, I thought, was good. And actually, a lot of people saying could be a shout for second goalkeeper. So Tom Heaton's obviously going to stay. Kovar, second keeper / third keeper, and obviously go and get Anana. But I liked what I saw from him. Good, interesting to see how he does for the rest of the tour. Man of the match, it's got to be the young kid who scored in it. It's got to be. A goal and an assist. For him, it was fantastic to see him do that, and roll on to Edinburgh. Yeah, let's see what the boys do there. And New York, the Big Apple. Yes, the Big Apple. Anyway, smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm out of it. Peace.